We need also to see the human face of a Gazan civilian. To equal Gaza with Hamas is a very dangerous and misleading. It is an equation aimed at dehumanizing people, aimed at making the unjustifiable justifiable. Keeping our humanity means showing that the people in Gaza deserve our empathy and our compassion. No one can claim I did not know, as images, footages, and voices of unspeakable suffering continue to come out by the hour from Gaza. We cannot anymore turn a blind eye to this human tragedy. Millions of people are asking, especially in this region, especially in Gaza, why does the world not have the will to act and put an end to this hell on earth? They deserve an answer. Delaying it will deepen the polarization in this region and increase the risk of spillover. Finally, as Commissioner General, I intend to visit Gaza to express solidarity and amplify the voices of the communities and of our staff. Gaza is the place where I almost started my career 13 years ago, and this is where I feel I need to be. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take 3 questions only. Introduce yourself, please.
Inez Doikatera from ABC News. On this issue of fuel, can you tell us how much fuel you still have in reserve? Can you also confirm the IDF's claims that Hamas has close to 500,000 liters of fuel? Are you in touch with Hamas to get some other fuel? And then separately, what's your reaction to
3 questions.
Like one question, because there's others.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fuel issue. How many liters of fuel do you have in reserve, and this Hamas issue of fuel?
As far as UNRWA is concerned, we have fuel for today. Now, there is a place where there is fuel, which was a fuel based on the agreement between Israel and Qatar, fuel being brought in by Egypt. I guess you are referring to this fuel. If we have access to this fuel, we will have access only through deconfliction with Israel. There might be some fuel available that would bring us for 1 or 2 more days. The quantity of fuel we need for the operation I indicated before is 160,000 liters a day to supply our partners, the hospitals, the bakeries, and for our own operation.
Yes, please.
John Reed from the Financial Times. Thank you for the briefing. Quick question about the casualty numbers in Gaza, because it's become such an international talking point. From the UN's point of view, in past conflicts, and I think this is the 5th one in
Yes.
less than 2 decades, have the death numbers that Palestinian health officials in the Gaza Strip came up with proved reliable after the conflict, and the UN looked at them?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Indeed, in the past, the 5-6 cycle of a conflict in the Gaza Strip, these figures were considered as credible, and no one ever really challenged these figures. Maybe the second point here, we made a correlation between the number of staff killed compared to the number of staff that we have, and the number of staff announced killed within the population and the total population, and we have more or less the same percentage.
Yes, the guy in the back with the black t-shirt. Yes, Pam.
First of all, completely understanding the challenges that the UN and UNRWA has working with de facto authorities in places where the authorities are not internationally recognised. Having said that, the Israelis have made a very specific claim, which is that there's at least 500,000 to 1 million litres of fuel that is held by Hamas. And more than that, they said that fuel has been stolen from UNRWA. And I just really like to push you to address that, because at the moment that accusation is standing, because I've not heard
So
and it would just be good to get a specific response on that.
So your first question is similar to the first question. I don't know what Hamas has or does not have in the Gaza Strip. I hear claims 6 weeks of supply and so on. I have absolutely no idea. What I know is that in the depot where Qatar and Israel agreed to bring fuel in the Gaza Strip from Egypt, there is some fuel. Is it 200, 300, 400,000 liters still remaining? I do not know. If we have access to this fuel, we are deconflicting with the Israeli, because you cannot send a convoy to this depot without the agreement and the deconfliction.
But it's the Israelis that are blocking access to the centre because it's not deconflicted.
We,
Saying that's not deconflicted.
over the last few days, there have been some fuel coming in which have been deconflicted, basically.
Okay.
But it's all fuel inside
The
Gaza.
point about fuel being stolen.
So it's all fuel inside Gaza.
Because no fuel has come in. We need to put this on
I'm
record.
not aware of fuel being stolen.
And please mention that
I'm aware
come
of
in.
fuel we have taken in order to keep our operation. But even the fuel, which is the fuel you are referring, most likely, this one is being depleted.
Being stolen
The-
from
it-
Congo.
They're saying
No,
fuel,
but
they're saying fuel. I think they did in the
Being
past.
stolen
but I
from
don't think
Congo.
they're saying necessarily now.
no,
No, not in the past. This is not true.
yeah,
Okay, shall we?
okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.